Good day, everyone, and good day, everyone. I'll be listening to this video. I'll be watching this video. My username is at Gabriel chukwu, and I'm making this DT video as my entry into the 100 SBD giveaway contest by at Gold Matters. Sincerely speaking, I'm glad to be part of this contest. I've checked out at Gold Matters blog, and I found out his passion, and it's obvious that it's about money gold and gold money. When I found out about this contest, I was checking the contest section of steemit.com, and I found this contest. Truth be told, I was drawn to it because of the prize tag, the 100 SBD giveaway, which probably every other person too was attracted to. And this made me go into the post, and I opened the post, started reading, and I saw a particular requirement that said that the submission we should make must help at Gold Matters' mission of democratizing access to gold for all. Wow, that struck me. That struck me deeply, because obviously from my username, it's obvious that I'm from Africa, especially particularly from Nigeria. Sorry, excuse me, particularly from Nigeria, and this really struck a chord in me because it actually resonated with my passion as a person. Truth be told, at first it was all about the contest and how much I was going to get from it when I first came in, and I started to dig deeper and to see what this is all about. And then something struck me, like I said. It was like I found a platform, I found a means where I could push my passion. And what's my passion? My passion is looking for a way to emancipate the African youth. My passion is looking for a way to make the African youth have a hope for tomorrow, making those around me see that empowering the youths around me with a means to secure their future. And then I came in contact with this post, and boy, it was mind blowing. I began to reason. Africa having access to original pure 24 karat gold, the tremendous opportunities that can bring to the youths around me, to myself, and to the youths around me. Now, there are a lot of things I want to talk about, and as you keep watching this video, you discover more and more and more about it. But the summary of it all is that I got to realize that through gold money, the youths in Africa can be given a voice. They can be empowered to secure their future and the future of their children. Now, when I started to check up on the contest, I was seeking for inspiration, and I saw a place where at Gold Matters wrote, if you need inspiration, visit this link. And I visited the link, and when I went there, I saw a lot of posts on money gold, and there were some on gold money too, but more on money gold. And even if you check previous contests, you find out that majority of them were on money gold. So I said, okay, let me try and tilt away from the norm and try to do something on gold money. And I'm so grateful I made that choice, because that turned out to be the best choice I've made in a long while, specifically because it's relating to a drive I have, a passion I have. The more I read about gold money, the more my eyes began to pop. The more I was wowed, because it was more like a eureka moment for me. Because if you check my blog, you find out that I've not really been doing much of posting. And why? Because I have been trying to figure out what is my center, what is my core, what is my passion, what is my drive. Things that if I'm writing about them, it will come out of my core, come out of me. I won't be struggling to write about them. I won't be struggling to post about them. And I always knew my core was centered around empowering the youths. I'm a young person, so I'm empowering the youths, especially here in Africa, with vessels that can enable them to stand firm in the future, to have a good future, to have a bright future. And then I focused on gold money. And I started to do a lot of research on gold money, with the reasoning that I began to think, and I was saying inside me, I was saying that what if you can get majority of the young people in Africa to invest in gold now, rather than spending their money on liabilities like the latest phone, gadgets, and stuff like that, which obviously we all know depreciate in value with time. If you buy a mobile phone now, in the next minute, you can't sell it the same amount you bought it. It depreciates in value. I was now thinking, if we can get youths in Africa to actually invest their money in gold rather than in those, obviously those devices are good, but when we're talking about future now, when we are talking about which one has more value, obviously gold has more. And I was thinking, how financially buoyant will these African youths become in, let's say, 15 years from now? That was my thinking. And I made up my mind I was going to spread the word about gold money here in Africa, which I believe is a vehicle that can take young people away from poverty and secure their future and those of their children. Now, obviously, there are tremendous benefits gold money makes available to young people here in Africa, providing an opportunity for them to be alleviated from poverty through their investment in pure gold, thereby securing a bright future for them and their kids. Now, let's begin by stating or finding out what is gold and how can it change the future for Africans. We all know what gold is. I don't think there's anyone that has not heard of the word gold, or that has not. It might not be 24 karat gold, it might not be real gold, but at least you've seen something that has been termed gold. We all know what gold is, but just for formality's sake, and at least to give a definition to what we're doing, I'd like to define gold. According to Wikipedia, gold is a slightly reddish yellow, dense, soft, malleable, and ductile metal. That's a very short and precise definition of gold. Gold has been widely used throughout the world as money and as a store of wealth. Most central banks throughout the world continue to keep a portion of their liquid reserves as gold. No matter the country you come from, the central bank of that country keeps most of their reserves as gold. Whether you come from Africa, whether you come from Europe, whether you come from Asia, whatever continent you come from, majority or if not all central banks keep their reserves as gold. Now we define gold and the meaning of gold. The next question is, how can investing in gold better the future of Africa? Which is my focus. How can investing in this gold now better the future of Africa? The first point is, one, protection against inflation. You see, inflation runs very deep in Africa, and gold could be a potential or alternative to keeping fiat currencies. You see, the thing is this: when you keep fiat currency, you are easily affected by inflation. It's so unfortunate that our central banks have consistently followed policies that have ended the purchasing, that have eroded the purchasing power of with the citizens here in Africa. Majority of the central banks in countries in Africa here, they are self-seeking. I mean, they are tools and vehicles used by politicians for their own personal purposes. They drive towards eroding the purchasing power of the citizens. For instance, now look at this graph. Let's take a look at this graph. This is a graph of the United States inflation rate, excuse me, and Nigeria's inflation rate. Like I said before, I am actually from Nigeria here in Africa. Now, you find out that there is a tremendous difference. Now, look at this. At this area here, this is from 0.5 to 3, and this is from 8 to 20. This is 2016, not 1990s, like 2016 to 2017, like 2 years ago. And this is a tremendous difference in the inflation rates, to show that the inflation rates here in Africa are really high. They are really high. Now, Nigeria's inflation rate is tremendously high, as I've said, meaning that her monetary policies have been a financial catastrophe. That's, nobody can deny that. The monetary policies here in Nigeria, speaking as a citizen of Nigeria, have been a catastrophe. We have been let down by our financial authorities, who make policies for their own benefits. Majority of these politicians here make policies that will benefit them alone. That's the truth. It's more of like they've left you to cater for yourself. And now, they have used the fiat printing press as a personal bank account. They've used the banks, the central banks, as their own personal bank accounts. I mean, it's all for their own good. It's never about you. It's only about them. That's the corruption we're talking about here. So you have to ask yourself, how can we empower people, empower young people around here who the government have failed, in quotes, and now, if I'm not catered for, would start going into all ills and all negative things. And I was thinking, how can we empower these people? How can we make them have resistance to whatever inflation that comes? And I thought, why don't you talk to them about investing in gold? The truth is this: investing in gold offers a hope to us. With the enlightenment of people, especially the young generation here in Africa, on the power of investing in gold, they will start investing in gold, hence being protected even during inflation. Because if the price of goods tends to increase, the truth is that the price of gold tends to increase. Do you understand? So even if the goods are increasing, you have your gold increasing and you can match the purchase of those goods. But when you have your funds in fiat currencies, when the price of goods are increasing, your currencies can't buy much. But when the price of goods are increasing and your resources are in gold, as the price of goods are increasing, the price of the gold is increasing too. Now, this is a graph that shows the major currencies, their depreciating value with respect to gold. I mean, this way back 1900s, and you find out that gold has relatively been always above all fiat, the major fiats of the world. Sometimes there might be some little spikes, but at the end of if you check out the cumulative comparison, you find out that gold has always been on top. Gold has always been stable compared to all other major currencies of the world. Now, the second reason you should invest in gold is actually protection during times of geographical uncertainties. What do I mean by this? Excuse me. What do I mean by this? Geographical uncertainties actually means uh, stuff like crisis, land disputes, and stuff like that. Now, everybody knows about the colonial masters in Africa and how they partitioned different countries. You see, the truth is this: that majority of African countries were partitioned based on the need at the time, probably financial, probably material, or whatever need at that time, and not based on the culture or based on the ancestry of the people. So at the end of the day, you find out that these partitionings usually leads to land disputes where someone is saying, "Oh no, from the days of our ancestors, this was the boundary," and someone else is saying, "No, the colonial masters came and put the boundary here," and that causes land disputes. So land dispute is something that is common in Africa here, and when these land disputes happen, majority of the time, excuse me, it affects currencies. People no longer see those currencies, the currencies of those countries as valuable, and this can lead to loss of value of currency. But the good thing is that when you have your resources in gold, it's not affected by those situations. Rather, most of the time, it actually even increases. Now, this graph, the graph on your screen now, shows the performance of gold during times of crisis. You see that as the price of goods were increasing, the price of gold was increasing. The price of gold also remained high even when there were crises. There was crisis in the countries. Now, number three, gold is easy to store and comes with low maintenance and carrying costs. Because of time and to avoid or so we can rather sorry excuse me so we can go to the main thing, which is actually more of gold matters. This is just more like an introduction to or like something that would lead us to gold money, excuse me. I think I'm actually a huge fan of gold matters. Well, I'm always confusing gold money and gold matters. An introduction to gold money. I just want to do a little touch on the importance of investing in gold. So number three here, gold is easy to store and comes with low maintenance and carrying cost. Gold is easy to store. You don't need any form of technical knowledge to store gold. It's easy to store. Number four, gold is liquid and portable. You can easily sell gold and you can easily buy gold. You don't need some documentations and signings. No, you sell it, you give me the fiat, I give you the gold. It's easily liquidatable. You can easily liquidify it, and portable also. Now, what is gold money? Excuse me, let me just take a drop of water. Okay, sorry. Now, what is gold money? We're talking about gold money, and it's how I said it can benefit we here in Africa. And before I give a definition to gold money, I want to show us something. Now, this is a post on yesterday, 25th of today rather, excuse me, 25th of February 2018. This news was about a Kampalan woman, businesswoman, Kampala in Uganda, is in Africa here, who lost a huge sum of money to fake gold dealers. I mean, they scammed her of a huge sum of money. They were fake gold dealers. And that's a major fear here in Africa. Majority of people are scared of fake gold dealers. They don't know how to differentiate the fake from the real. And now that brings me to gold money. What is gold money? You see, gold money is the easiest way to invest in physical gold and silver bullion online. Gold money is not just one of those online dealers, but is one you can rely on. One with nearly $2 billion of assets for clients in 150 countries. By the time you find out, you get to know that the company you're about to deal with, they can boast of controlling close to $2 billion of assets for their clients. Then you know that these are not just ones fraudsters or something. They are real, and they are in for good business. Now, I found out that gold money is the largest precious metal payment network in the world, and they have a singular mission to democratize access to gold and other precious metal. We can now see the reason why and Gold Matter actually was saying that he's all about democratizing the access to gold for all. Now, I explained this previously. I said by democratizing, I believe their mission is to demystify the gold market. I don't know why gold matter is always in my mouth. The gold market, and make these precious metals available to everyone anywhere in the world, including Africa. That's their purpose. That's their aim. That's their aim, to make gold available to anyone everywhere in the world. Now, this is the Gold Matter site. This their website, the world most trusted name in precious metals. You can find everything you need on gold money on this site. You can find everything you need. Now, the next question is this: what makes gold money different from other gold dealers? That's the next question. For instance, someone might say, okay, good, you've told me about gold, the importance of gold, and why we should invest in gold, and that what gold money is, rather, excuse me. But why should I go with gold money? Why should I give gold money my money? Why should I trust gold money? Can you tell me why I should trust gold money? Number one, the first reason why gold money is different is something I call oversight. You see, gold money doesn't operate on its own. Gold money is not just one big brother that nobody can talk to, nobody can monitor. No. See, the truth is this: gold money has its financial statement audited by KPMG. If you've heard of KPMG, you know KPMG is a big company. It's a big accounting firm, and for them to be editing the financial statement of gold money, it shows that gold money is legit. It shows that it's a company that is not just one scammer like that. The next reason is that gold money has the lowest fees in the market. I mean, there are two ways people cheat people when it comes to buying gold and selling gold. Number one is that either they give you a fake gold that is not actually 24 karat pure gold, or they give you 24 karat pure gold that at a very high cost. I mean, one of the two. Either it's a high cost, very extremely high cost, or they'll give you a fake product. But gold money is coming out to say, come on, no, we're going to give you 24 karat gold at the lowest possible price, because they've reduced their fee to the lowest possible amount in the market you can find anywhere in the market. And for we here in Africa, that's good news, because when we want to do a business, the first thing that comes is, the first thing we ask is, how much is it? The price. That's our focus. First of all, the price. Then we can now talk about other stuffs. So this really good for us. Number three is 100% physical backing. When I was doing my study and my research, I found out that majority of other gold dealers do not back their gold certificates, with physical bullion bars. See, they'll get a certificate and tell you, okay, you have so and so kg of gold in our vaults. But the truth is this: the amount of gold they have in their vault cannot equal the amount of certificates they have circulating around. So the people that have those certificates believe that they have gold bars in a particular vault, but they don't exist. They are not there. They don't exist. But gold money is different in that each person has his own gold bar. It's more like a person's certificate to a person's gold bar. They don't do fake things. They tell you if you pay for a gold, at that moment a gold bar is assigned to you so that there will be no stories, no news. That's the third one. The fourth one, your redeemable bullion. Redeemable bullion means that you can at any point, okay, if for instance now you want to redeem your precious metals, it's very simple. All you just have to do is get access to the vault and gold money branches anywhere in the world. I mean, if you can get access to a gold money branch anywhere in the world, as far as you have your certificate and you have your proof of identification, that is it all. That's all. In addition to that, even if you want it to be shipped to you wherever you are, that's all. It will be shipped to you. That's to show you that the bullion bars are easily redeemable. They are easily redeemable. Number 5 is exclusive research. You know, when I was doing this research, I was dumbfounded when I found out that gold money has close to 2 centuries. That's 200 years of combined research. That was mind blowing. I mean, you're saying that actually, sorry, excuse me, gold money has a research experience of 200 years, not 20 years, 200. That one got me, it got me to my feet. I was like, this is it. Number 6 is banking services. Obviously, we all know that every other gold seller, it's all about buying and selling gold. But gold money is different in that they can do transactions where people can buy and sell gold through their banking services for free. I mean, you don't pay anything. You buy and you carry out gold transactions, gold services, all for free. With gold money banking service, you can transfer gold from one account to another absolutely free. Okay, so now that we know reasons why gold money is trustworthy and dependable, let's now talk about how we in Africa can have access to 24 pure karat gold through gold money. You know, I previously said that one of the fears we have here in Africa is that we don't know who has pure 24 karat gold. Pure 24 karat gold. How do you get access to pure 24 karat gold? Now that we know, okay, we can invest in 24 karat gold and secure our future, how do we get access to pure 24 karat gold? Now, countries that Gold Matter delivers her services to are divided into 2 categories. Gold Matter has categorized countries where they deliver their services to, and the 2 categories are as follows. They have what they call the fast track countries. These fast track countries are actually 48 in number, and they are allowed to open a basic holding account. What's a basic holding account? A basic holding account is more like a free account where you don't need to submit any form of documentation. You can just open it free online and do some level of trading. Although if you want to upgrade, you have to now submit some documentation. But you see, this fast track countries holding account is actually accessible to, like I said, 48 countries, mainly European countries and not American companies. Sorry, excuse me, not American countries. Those are the countries that they are actually accessible to. Although one African country is there, South Africa. South Africa is also among the fast track countries. Now after that, you have the second category, which is the full holding countries. This is what I'm actually interested in. Here you have more African countries here compared to fast track countries. You have close to 6 African countries, and there are a total of 58 countries in this category. You see, the difference between full holding countries and fast track countries is that in full holding countries, you have to submit a documentation. What I mean by documentation, I mean proof of proof of residence, an identity, your proof of residence and your identity. You have to identify yourself. You don't just they can't just open the account for anybody because they need to know you truly exist. You have to mail this to goldmoney.com. All you just need to do is get your proof of residence, get your identity, your proof of identity, and then mail it to goldmoney.com. Excuse me. Now, you mail it to goldmoney.com, and in a very short time, your account will be active. Now, the African countries that in this category include Ghana, Egypt, Morocco, Namibia, and Tunisia. My country is Nigeria. It's just so unfortunate that we're not listed. But the good news is this: Ghana is a West African country. So if anybody wants to buy gold, we can easily get it through Ghana. Ghana is like if I'm going to take a bus, Ghana is like 4 hours, right? 4 hours from my country. It's really close, and it should be lesser, far lesser if you're going to take a flight. It's far lesser. That's easy access to the gold through Ghana. Now, next question is how Africa would be able to pay for the gold bullion. You see, the truth is majority of people don't really have a means of paying for all these services abroad. Services that are outside your country. Most of the time, the problem is actually paying for them. But I was really glad to find out that Gold Money now accepts Bitcoin to fund your holdings, to pay for your precious metals. So if a person here in Nigeria can comfortably pay for whatever amount of precious metal he wants to purchase from Gold Money, it's that simple. And with the level of knowledge on cryptocurrency nowadays, people can easily convert their fiat to Bitcoin, and then from Bitcoin to Gold Money, transfer to Gold Money's account. This is a screenshot of the Bitcoin exchange site that is popular in my country. It's called remitano.com. Here you can easily sell Bitcoin. You can send money internationally. Yeah, you can also transact in Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash. Tether has been added. I think it was added recently. So all you just need to do is, okay, you have a fiat, that's my Nigerian currency, the currency of my country, and you want to buy gold metals. Sorry, excuse me. You want to buy gold money. Gold metals, I don't know. I think the name is actually in my mouth. You want to buy gold matters. I need to clarify this. Gold matters is the addict of many and gold money. Why Gold Money is actually the company that sells and deals on gold. Now, if you want to buy, all you don't need to do is come here, click buy, and it takes you to this place showing you different people who are willing to sell their Bitcoin for your fiat. You buy the fiat. The moment you buy the fiat, you can come here, you log in. If you have if you register with them, if you not register with them, you register. After you register here, then you log in. Then you can now transfer your Bitcoin from your wallet to your Gold Money wallet. Gold Money. Also, for additional security, I would like to also talk about how you can contact Gold Money. They have their social media handles. Here is their Facebook account. You can easily access them through their Facebook. The next one is their Twitter, their Twitter handle. Their Facebook handle is at gold money. Their Twitter handle is at gold money. Then also you have their Instagram handle too, gold money also. Then you also have their YouTube channel. I really enjoy this YouTube channel. I saw their videos. I enjoyed them. They were very educative. I would advise a lot of all those that are listening. So if you want more information, it's good you go check out their YouTube channel. It's really wonderful. I enjoyed the time I spent there. Now, finally, I would like to talk about something to round up what I've been saying, which is my plans for the future with gold money. My plans for the future with gold money. Now, I said at the beginning of the video that my contact with this contest actually changed my mind totally. Sincerely, I would love to win this contest, but the truth is this: even if I don't win this contest, I have been, in short, a key has been given to me which I would not take for granted. You understand? I will try my best to make much more people have access to this gold money, not just because of the contest now, because of the tremendous possibilities that that gold money makes available to we here in Africa, especially the youths here. They can save up their funds, save up their funds, and buy these golds that obviously increase in value in the future. Just try and try and imagine and see the amount of children that would be put through school through the funds from this money in the future when they grow up, or it's time to pay school fees and stuff, and the parents can easily go and get access to their gold liquid, make it liquid, and pay for these fees, pay for this housing, pay for this childcare, and all these things that these children need. They won't need to be on the streets anymore, because it breaks my heart when I see all these children on the streets. They don't need to be on the streets anymore. If only the parents can make the right decision now that they are young. And that's my passion. That's my focus now on steemit. Personally, that's my focus now on steemit, because like I said, I was looking for a channel to I was looking for my the tool to pass my passion, to pass my drive. And I found out that gold money actually presents that to me. Now, like I said, my plans for the future with gold money. Having said my plans, I just expressed them now. I also like to say that I finally opened a Facebook account where I could post my videos, my posts on gold money, the importance of gold, how gold can elevate and emancipate people from poverty. Not just on steemit alone, but on Facebook also, on YouTube. Here is my YouTube channel I opened. Here is it. And then also here's my Facebook channel I opened. I actually opened them while writing this post because I wanted new channels for these purposes. And I know the road might not be easy, but I'll try my best to make sure that I get as much people as I can educated on what gold money can do for them, how gold money can emancipate them. Yes, yeah, like I said, these are the screenshots of the social media handles I opened. Yeah, this brings me to the end of my video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it, and it was fun. It was fun doing it. I'm sorry I used the PowerPoint. This was the software I was really good at to show the things I wanted to talk about. Yeah, and they actually look nice, although it took some time to put them together. But I'm really glad that I came in contact with this contest, and be rest assured that the gold money news, the gold money good news, and many God also would surely continue to resonate here in Africa. Thank you.